Yes people, Wagwan, what's good? It's your boy Jove and we are back with another video. If you haven't already, please go and subscribe and hit the like button. In today's video, we are talking all things from the Unknown T Dress Code Nation shoot, shot by me. We had stills, we had the whole creative process, BTS. There was a lot going on and I want to try and take you guys through that process, talk about my thoughts, what we was trying to capture, the outcome, any challenges we faced. Let's jump into it. It's your boy Jove. We're back on set. It's shoot day. Got loads of gear to bring in. I'm tired. Who is this?
Yo, it's Unknown T, and right now I'm on the hot seat for Dress Code Nation.
This shoot was all about bringing fashion, culture into one and just telling it our way. I linked up with my boy Shane Anthony Sinclair. Anytime he calls me or if I call him, we're creating something Certi, like it's a given. So Shane hit me up, he said, yo Jove, they're doing this thing, they got this magazine going on. Initially, they wasn't even gonna do video, it was just meant to be stills. So obviously if you need video, who else are you gonna call? I just know style, I know editorial, I know the vibes to bring, and because of the nature of my work, I already knew what we needed to bring, so we chopped it up a bit on the phone. We discussed a few ideas. They just wanted something bold and dynamic, really wanted to keep the lighting clean, create some contrast but make it dynamic and Certi. On shoot day, we pulled up, we had loads of gear to bring in. In the studio they had stands and equipment and lights, but we had our own stuff, and if there's anything else that we needed on the day, mainly just like stands, or they had certain things that made it easier. Once we started to load in and we saw the space, we knew what we wanted to do and achieve with it to manipulate the light to create the images and the look that we wanted. For me personally, I like to see the location, get my camera set up, get a frame up, and then from there I can start building and shaping the light to how I want it. We didn't do anything too complex. We literally just set it up. We had a main key light and we had, I don't know the name of the thing, I'll try and find it and put something on the screen just to bounce it off as well, to just get rid of any shadows. We had a constant key light and we just lit our subject like that. We got the artist to do some dynamic moves, poses, and just work with the light, and it was just very simple, to be honest. The space was quite big. There wasn't that much challenges with the space. There was different parts of the studio had a different look, so we had to be quick, because when you're on these shoots there isn't a lot of time to be wasting around. Every minute, second counts when you're on set. We just have to be efficient and prolific, just knowing what we want to achieve and how to achieve it fast. And if you can't achieve it, say like we're getting shadows or something ain't looking right, we need to know how to work together, or if you've got an assistant, or even if you're by yourself, you got to know quickly and be able to think fast of how can I get around it, what is the solution. When you do that, it creates confidence in the client and it shows your professional ability. It's one thing just showing up and taking pictures with a camera or capturing video. At the end of the day, there's a problem and you have to find a solution. We put our subject here and okay, it's dim, we need to light it. Here's the problem, how do we solve it? We have to know how to solve problems, and when you know how to do that, it creates confidence in the clients, it shows your professionality, and it also can show the skills that you've got, and then there's credibility. You see what I did there? I think for the key lights we had some Aputures. I think we just ran some Aputures 300Ds. So I'll do a quick rundown on the gear. So camera wise, I was shooting on my C70. We actually had two C70s. I ran them both with XEEN prime lenses. I think we had a set of three. I think a 20 or 24, a 50, and the 80 or 85. So I can't remember it all because we did this shoot quite some time ago. I just set one up on the tripod, mixed it up to get some handheld movements and certain movements on the gimbal. I knew the movements that I wanted to do. It's very important when you're shooting to become one with the camera. When you become one with the camera and you know your camera inside out, it gives you confidence in your abilities and what you're trying to capture, and it makes it easy, less pressure, and you can just deliver results time and time after again. So for most of the shoot, I just ran with the C70, I think on the 50mm, and I mixed up the shoot. I didn't want to do too much, but I needed to be able to get the shots quick, and again, I'm pulling focus manually. So I ran with the XEENs most of the shoot. I just like to keep things a bit minimal, but everything is intentional. Also, what was important to me, especially when you're in a studio, if you ain't got a lot of space, I'm always trying to create depth. It doesn't matter where I am. So I really want to open up my frame, fill it, stack, compose, have my position on point. I wanted that good compression. I didn't want anything too wide. I wanted to get in and really capture the moment and those details and subtle looks, and you know, create that depth as well. How we directed and worked with the talent was quite simple really. It helps when you're confident in your ability, you know your equipment, you're sure about what you're doing. It just makes it easier, and the talent then has faith in you and confidence in you. So then everyone's at ease. And when you create a vibe on set, everyone's relaxed, and that's what you really want. You want your talent to be relaxed because it shows on camera. If someone's really tense and they're not sure about what they're doing or just unsure on set, it will show in their face, their emotions, the energy that they give off, and in the end, it's going to reflect in your work. It's pretty simple working with Unknown T. He was a real breeze. Of course, he's done a lot of fashion and runways before. If you check out the interview, I think he even mentioned something about that, how Virgil hit him up and brought him in. And the same thing goes with working with the stylist and the magazine team. Everyone was confident, so it makes everything easy and to flow on set. And that's the importance of pre-production. When you plan your shoots, and I mean it, like, be even the simplest of shoots, like if you just wanted to go and create some content, just having a rough understanding of what you're trying to create. I love a run and gun shoot, I'll be honest. Like I love pulling up and just getting creative on the spot. Like I live for that, you know, but I always have some sort of mental idea of what I'm trying to create. I usually see it before I've even created it. Just having a pre-production and just understanding what you're trying to achieve, it always makes things easier. The magazine department for the interviews, it was just effortless. They knew the questions that they wanted to ask. They had it all planned out. All we needed to do is to get the set right, having the lighting on point, and once we did that, everything just flowed so seamlessly. My favorite shots that I liked the most, we had this beige washed out background, and I just really liked the tones. I really think on that part the tones really complemented well. We had the beige, we have the scarf, we had the shades, we had the vibe. I think the movement was key that I did with the camera, modeling from Unknown T, just everything together. I think it looked great. The energy was just electric, you know. Just working with Shane and capturing that. He knows what he wants from the talent and bringing my ideas and what I contribute. And again, that just creates confidence, and it just makes everything so seamless because you really got to know what you're doing on set. So those were some of my cool shots. I really love those moments, and that was kind of cool still. I can't lie, the styling was cold. Each look had its own mood, so we had to just light it accordingly. We kept Unknown T comfortable, gave him space to move, but also made sure the frames had structure. Everything was intentional, it had to make sense, and I'm very meticulous of when I'm on set because I'm thinking about the edit and the outcome as well, not just being on set and having the talent do certain things. We have to think of everything as one final piece and everything being cohesive. So that was really cold still. The interview was one of the most important parts. It gave the visuals context. We wanted people to feel why, not just see the drip and the vibe and Unknown T and all of that, but understanding the importance and where he's coming from and his story and his journey and how he connects and joins fashion with his authenticity. In the interview, he really breaks that down, answers some questions, some funny questions. So if you haven't already seen that, make sure you go check it out. How we captured the interview setup was pretty simple. So we kind of knew what look we wanted. We just knew how we had to light it. One of the challenges we faced there, it was really bright, especially because of the white walls. There was a lot of reflection. lighting. So you know, when we're lighting the subject or just bringing lighting in general, there's going to be a lot of bounce, or you got to think about the exposure. We just made it simple. We just put one key light. I think we had a side light and a backlight, and we just wanted to have it clean but dynamic as well, with a little bit of contrast. We didn't want it to look like beauty lighting, but we just wanted the subject to pop and stand out. And to do that against the white background was something that you have to think about as well. I think it helped because of the styling, you know, to separate Unknown T from the background. So we had the 2 cameras set up, both shots were just locked off on a tripod, and that was it really. Nothing too special there. We didn't have a sound guy, and you know how it is, you know, we have to capture everything. So I think we just XLR'd in. I think on one of the cameras I put a Rode VideoMic on top just to shotgun it, to have good audio anyway. And then we boomed one over, so we just taped it up, gaff tape, you know how we do it. Listen, as long as you get the shot and you do what you need to do safely, obviously, I don't think it really matters. So we just taped up the mic, boomed the one in, had a shotgun mic, and we just captured the audio from there. Once we had that set up, did a couple of takes, checked the levels.
Yo, it's Unknown T, right now on the hot seat for Dress Code Nation.
Something that's important, and just thinking back on the shoot, it can get tiring throughout the day. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of changes, a lot of instructions, a lot of setup, a lot of changing camera gears, a lot of up and down. So it's important to try and maintain those energy levels, because you know in the outcome it's going to be great. Even though it's tiring in the moment, you have to try and maintain it. So keeping the energy up was really important. So overall, I think the shoot went really well. I'm really proud of what we created. I think it looked great. We had a launch party that was a success. It was great. We had a lot of people turn up for that, and I was just really proud, you know, just to see. That was my first magazine that I've done in my career so far, and it was a great moment, man. It was a great team, and everyone brought something unique and different to the table, and that really helps, and it just made it a great experience. But yeah, that's the final video. I just want to shout out everyone that was involved. Shout out to the whole of the Dress Code Nation team. Shout out everybody that was involved. You know, I'm gonna put a link in the description down below where you can see the Instagrams, the full interviews, and everything related to the shoot. Overall, I think it was a major success. The work was great, the vibes was good, obviously everything was Certi. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. It's lit, everything's going off. If you enjoyed the breakdown or there's any other questions, just join me in the comment section, drop a comment, or hit me on Instagram at Jov2Certi. There's loads of stuff cooking up down there. Everything is Certi, everything's going up. There's hella visuals, hella vibes, there's everything, you know, just really bringing you guys on this journey and just showing you and just bringing you a bit into my life, you know. We're getting personal, you get me? So tap in with me, man. It's lit, real talk.